Hello and welcome. We're going to talk about your path to the new earth, that great awakening that's happening right now, and your life purpose. I've had this question a few times and I want to help you out if you feel like you don't know what it is, if you struggle with it and you feel lost. I've got something very powerful for you that may make this so clear, and you can go in a state of peace and on your way to the amazing Great Awakening. Join me in what is your life purpose in the new earth. Welcome to Landria Onkka on YouTube, here to help you break through the fears and live an amazing life. Are you ready to do that? You can live an amazing life no matter what your situation. Because no matter what the situation when you're in an awakened state, you see it as absolutely part of the adventure that you chose. And no matter how challenging it is, you know that your purpose is to be the catalyst for positive change. Every single person on this planet is purposefully an energy field that came here to raise the frequency of this planet. It is in a dire situation right now. It has not been treated very nicely, and she is alive. Everything is. Everything you see and do not see is highly intelligent beyond human comprehension. It's an intelligence that reacts constantly with one another, flows as one thing. No time, all probabilities, endless dimensions, endless dimensions. You have one shot at this as this adventure. One. You will never be in this body, in this situation, ever again. It's one probability, and it's unique to everybody else in the universe, which is why it's so important for you to know that all you have to do is to be your ultimate best solution to everything that's going on that is challenging, that is in conflict, that is lower frequency, and everything you do, think, believe must be on the absolute highest frequency. You cannot enter the new earth if you are not in that. Would you want to be in a room with all light beings and somebody comes in and they're complaining, or they're saying, you're doing this and I want you to no, it can't exist. This is the state of being you must go into. This is your purpose. And now within that purpose of coming here and raising your frequency, we each have our own challenges based on choices we've made through our endless adventures that we've been through and will continue to go into. Our own, because we're contributing to that one consciousness, all these experiences of every possible thing we can do and be, every situation. And the one you're in is just one of those endless situations. And so within yours, you get to choose your high frequency within your own reality, which changes your reality, which takes you into a great awakening. Beyond that the negative choices within the matrix that we're playing in. The matrix is not a bad thing. The matrix is not a controlling thing. I can't express this enough. People say, I'm getting out of the matrix. I'm saying, well, you're going to have to die to do that, because basically the matrix is a program that we're all in. You can go to a great awakening in the matrix because you are not a human being, and the new earth is not a new earth on its own. It's within a holographic illusion, a matrix that allows us to go to a high frequency, thus a new earth that we create within it. Because when we go beyond that, no matter what form we're in, there is even more out there that goes up and up and up and up till we go into what I call singularity. Singularity is beyond anyone's imagination. It is unknown to man or woman. And what do we want to do? We want to find our way back to that. And all you have to do is recognize what you are. Let go all the things that you are not. Now, when you say that you have a purpose here to do this or this or this or this or change, be careful with that and ask yourself if it's an ego-driven purpose that you've created because you think you're going to fix the world. Many life purposes that I see out there can be actually not very high frequency. And what do I mean by that? I'm going to do this because my political party is right and the world should act this way, or everybody should behave a certain way. And a lot of beautiful communities have been destroyed because higher powers or more powerful communities have come in and told these communities that were working perfectly fine, like indigenous people, that they should change their ways or they should believe in certain things. And therefore that's still ego saying this is my purpose when it's actually not your purpose at all. It's the ego wanting to control the material world. Your purpose goes beyond the material world. Now, let me ask you this. If you ever struggle with what your purpose is, that's the ego wanting to know things. Stop thinking. The ego wants to know, what's my purpose? I have to. It likes to name things, define things, put it in a box. Your purpose could change throughout your whole life. Your purpose in one situation or even a phase in your life could be one thing. It could be to help a loved one, or whatever situation you're in, you might be the caretaker. It might be to forgive and go into that space. Your purpose here is to specifically go into a higher frequency. So within those situations you're in, you have to say, my purpose here now to go into high frequency is I have to forgive. My purpose here in life now, so we've forgiven, now my purpose here is, okay, how can I be the solution for things out there? And so you contribute to creating things for our planet that's healthier. You guys know I do internet marketing here. Everything I do is to help people find healthier ways to live, to earn, to communicate to the world how to do that. And so maybe your purpose is to do that, teach others. And it's not to impose what you believe and think on the world. What we want to do is we want to encourage diversity, creativity, without judgment. And that's a great purpose, is to allow us to be free. Now you can start complaining about, we're not allowed to be free. Baloney. Nobody controls your mind. And so your body and all these other situations, yes, we may have some restrictions and things are going on. We've created that. That is not being imposed on us. We are a community, and together we can change all that by creating new, amazing ways to live, to work, to function, our health, everything. And if you're not contributing toward that, you are living in a low density program within the matrix. And your purpose is to rise up and break through that. Every single person on this planet is destined to go past this low frequency matrix program and take us into greatness in the new earth. And every single one of us has the choice to do that. There is no, he or she has an advantage, or you came here more advanced, or whatever. It doesn't matter. You could go into an awakened state like that. Now, actually several people have said to me, I'm going through the awakening process, and they've got all these explanations for why they're stressed out and all stuff. I said, that's not the awakened process. Awakening is awakening. And so your discovery on your way to that, when it happens, it's not something that you monitor, or, I'm not feeling well, this is awakening symptoms. And maybe it is, maybe it isn't. You can't know. But we're so focused on naming and identifying things and trying to, is that this or this? You won't know. You can't possibly know. And this is the thing about humans. We want to know. We always want to know. We want our futures. We want predictions. And I'm going to empower you and tell you right now, you're creating it. And we've talked about predictions. If anybody tells you they know what the future is, then they absolutely are telling you what may exist, if they even know that at that moment. And so they can't possibly truly know the future, because it's a moving target according to what we choose. So if we raise our frequency, there are things on this planet that will never happen that were predicted. They're cataclysmic. We can go into that new earth. We can go into the Great Awakening. It is our choice. It is that simple. Do you want to join me? Your purpose is to let go of all judgment, all conflict, All agendas, and I told you, the agenda isn't somebody out there telling you what to do with their agenda. It's anybody who wants other people to act a certain way. I think this is bad for so-and-so, so I'm going to... Who says? Who says? Right? We have this controversy about our current challenge on the planet with our health. This is right and this is wrong, and both sides think that what they think is right, and it's a losing battle. And it is a battle. We must let that go. Let it go. You don't have to agree with somebody, but we have got to come out of conflict, and you raise your frequency. And when you open that gateway and you stop judging and you let go of it all, you'll be surprised at how many people and situations will come to you. One of my students just told me an amazing story about how he finally forgave his family. Just let it go and realized, and I had been coaching him, and I said, you know, the problem, the struggle that you have right now is you want them to be something they're not. We're not going to judge whether they're right or wrong. What they're doing is painful, and yes, it's lower density, but for you to want them to be different is equally in conflict, and so you will struggle with in here constantly, and that's not awakening. He let it go, and guess what? His mom called and apologized for how she had treated him the last 20 years. And he didn't do anything, but he went into high frequency, and that is known to the universe, and you will affect other people, and all of a sudden the right people will come to you, the right situations, the right opportunities, because you've opened yourself up to the most beautiful, amazing, positive things, and they just flow to you. You don't even have to order them. So I was just on a podcast, and we had this whole discussion. I said, you can have everything, to the point where the higher frequency you go into, the less you have to order anything, because you are the universe. And so what you desire is all good things, and all good things come to you. And that is your life purpose, is to go into that space, because you will affect everybody else around you. Everything feels that positive, amazing energy, that frequency. And there's no obstacles, there's no fear or anger, judgment, or frustration with the world. So many of you are frustrated with the world. Why? It's been like this forever. Maybe you went through a time period where everything was going great for you, but there was always somebody who was starving or being abused or whatever. Things that we don't even know about. And you felt like the world was okay because your personal reality was okay, and now this is affecting you, and it's not okay. The world's not okay, and it's not okay for most people right now. So that's a good thing, because now we're all on the same page. Now we're all in the same boat together. What are we going to do about it? So when the world is, plugging along and paying their bills and functioning, gets to go on their vacation a couple times a year, we accept that. It's not acceptable anymore, because we are much greater than that. And everything that you do counts. What are your thoughts? Can you let go of them? And if you monitor them, if you guys seen my 3 seconds to manifest anything video, I hear constantly how much people love that. Why? It takes 3 seconds to switch to a higher thought. And if you do that all day, that's where you place your focus. That's the world you'll create. That is your purpose. And then within that, the universe, once you go into that space, the universe will send you things that you should be doing. Maybe a book comes to you and your purpose is to write something inspiring. Maybe an opportunity to help children comes to you, and you get that. And your purpose starts to come in many, many ways. We always want one purpose. And some people are born that way. They know my purpose is to be a doctor, to heal. My purpose is to be a teacher. If you don't have that, believe me, you are equally as purposeful and important as every single entity on this planet. Animals have a purpose. They're all here. They're part of the ecosystem of this whole experience that we have, and every aspect of it counts. Raise your frequency and let go of all judgment, all getting caught up in the material world. You're going to be standing up here, floating up here, looking at it at some point and go, man, was I caught up in that. I was so caught up in it. I was arguing with my neighbor about this or this and having big discussions about it. And we are one amazing, unlimited light being. And I'm talking about some stupid thing that's going to happen in a nanosecond in eternity. When what the test was, how am I going to treat other people? Because if you die, I guarantee you it's an amazing place for all of us. But you take that frequency with you. You don't want to go over there and miss an opportunity to raise it here, because this is your biggest challenge. All of us have taken on a massive challenge by being here at this time period. Congratulations. You got to have big kahunas to be here. So, can you just relax and say, you know what? I'm going to enjoy life. I'm going to look around and start to enjoy things and start, what's my purpose? Quit torturing yourself. Now I'm here. All will be revealed. My purpose today. It's to carry the groceries for a little old lady and open the door, or buy a meal for a homeless person and take. Every time I saw somebody homeless when I was up in Atlanta, I would walk to the grocery store and I'd buy a bunch of food and I'd come out and give them water and a meal, and I would just drop it there. That was my purpose that day. And boy, it made a big difference to that one person who just needed a good meal and some water. Your purpose is at every moment, and it is the frequency, and whatever you do and believe at that moment is contributing to all of us. So are you watching that? Are you monitoring that? Come on over. Please subscribe and share these. I should ask that sooner. Please subscribe. It really helps me a lot, and it helps raise the frequency of the planet. That's my mission, of course. Manifest Anything is down below. It's a free video series, and I take you through the 3 steps to tap into your power, to break through fear, and then activate your magic. That course is coming up soon, and free videos take you on that journey of how do we deal with this? How do we get past that energy field that's so dominant on this planet? Because that is, all of us feel it, right? You can do it. You can do it today, and it all starts here. Everything is a story. However you feel right now, good or bad, is a story. I would rather choose a good story, wouldn't you? A happy story. So, come to Manifest Anything. You can take any one of my courses. I'll recommend courses. I give you special offers, and you'll get a free mobile app, What Am I Manifesting, when you sign up. Come visit LandriaOnkka.com and explore what's there. I have master classes for you. A lot of master classes you can pick and choose from, and I'm upgrading everything. I'm redoing the Miracle Circle, and that's a monthly membership that you can come over, and I am teaching you how to get past all of these things. How do we move past all of these obstacles that are self-created? Becoming aware. You are so amazing, and your purpose, you are so important. And if you think you're some lowly little piddly thing over here and that somebody else is more important than you, that's your purpose, is to understand that you are amazingly, equally important as every single entity on this planet and beyond, because we're all just one thing. And you are one beautiful creation of that. I want you to know that, because this is quantum physics. You cannot be separated from anything. Therefore, you are the one creator of everything, exploring all these amazing adventures. Make it an amazing one. It can be, when you see the world differently. No more whining and complaining. That's a low frequency. It doesn't help any of us, does it? But your actions toward positive change, that's what's going to change this planet. Let's go to the Great Awakening together. Ascension, enlightenment, awakening. You're whole and perfect, strong and powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. Blessings to you, my friend. Namaste.